Hello, in this video tutorial I will demonstrate you how to use the fill style 2D fill pattern for walls. Please note that the fill styles 2D fill pattern and texture are only available in the product versions Cadvilla Professional and Cadvilla Professional Plus. For this video tutorial we have already opened a floor plan. When we take a closer look, we can see that the external walls consist out of two layers. The first one is an insulation layer and the opposite one a concrete layer. The patterns you can see are standard patterns, which we will change in the next step to 2D fill patterns. Before that, we zoom out of the view, therefore we press position 1 or home for the function Show All. Now we will change the standard patterns to 2D fill patterns. Therefore, we select a random wall with a left mouse click, press the right mouse button and select Properties. The properties are open and we select Layer Construction. Here in the Layer Construction menu we can see that our wall is made of an insulation layer with a thickness of 0.06 meters and a concrete layer with a thickness of 0.24 meters. We select now the insulation layer with a left mouse click and after it we select the material. Here we select 2D display and for the fill style we select 2D fill pattern. In the next step we select the pattern, therefore we make a left mouse click on the field underneath path. If it's not already displayed, we make in the first step a click on the catalog. We select now Graphics 2D, 2D pattern, Hatches, and for example, this pattern. You can take a look at the pattern in the preview window and we confirm with OK. Before we will define the dimensions of the pattern, we will define the line width. At the point line width, we can choose out of different line widths. In our example, we choose the hairline. Next, we define the height. We enter for example 0.06 meters. That's the same height as our insulation layer. We use the same height that the pattern fits exactly the insulation layer and won't get cut. Finally, we can also define a color for our pattern. Therefore, we click on the color and we select one of our basic colors, for example, this yellow. Or we click on Define Color. Here we can mix a completely custom color. We can make it brighter or darker, or just pick a color. We like, for example, this kind of yellow and confirm with OK. In the last step, we take now a look at the function Use as Hatching. If we select this function, the pattern is aligned in the same way in all walls. If the function is deactivated, the pattern is always aligned with the angle of the wall. For the insulation layer of our wall, we want that the pattern is always aligned with the angle of the wall. That's why the function stays deselected. After it, we confirm with OK. Our new pattern for the insulation layer was updated in the preview window, and as we can see, the height, the pattern and the color are displayed correct. In the next step, we select the concrete layer in our preview window with a left mouse click and we click on the material. We select 2D display and for the fill style we select the 2D fill pattern. After it, we select again a pattern, therefore we click again into the field underneath Path. If the catalog isn't displayed yet, we click in the first step on the icon Catalog. After it, we select Graphics 2D, 2D Pattern, Hatches, and for example, this pattern. It's displayed again in the preview window and we confirm with OK. Now we select Align With. In our example, already a hairline is selected, that's correct. Now we continue with the dimensions. For the height, we enter now, for example, not the height of the concrete layer, which would be 0.24. In our example, we enter 0.5. The reason therefore is that we don't want that the lines of the pattern are too close together. As you may notice, when we were changing the height, also the width has automatically changed. This happened because the function maintain aspect ratio is selected. We recommend you to leave this function selected, otherwise the pattern can be displayed distorted. Finally, we take a look at the function Use as Hatching. When we were defining the insulation layer, we deselected this function. Unlike the insulation pattern, we want the concrete pattern to be aligned in the same way in all walls. That's why we select this function and we confirm with OK. In the preview window we can see that the pattern has changed, and finally we can confirm with OK. We press the Escape key to end the selection of the wall. And now we zoom with the mouse wheel a little bit into the view. Now we can see that the 2D patterns of the insulation and the concrete layer are displayed correct. Attention! The definition of 2D patterns for the individual layers of a wall serves a purely graphic purpose. Since the defined layer structure of walls is not further evaluated, very thin layers, for example base plaster or interior plasters, are usually not recognizable on the plan, we recommend to reduce creating wall layers on clearly recognizable layers. Especially when using graphically complex fill patterns, such as 2D patterns or textures, this will require a large amount of hardware resources. Reducing unrecognizable layers will save you hardware resources and will look much better when displayed on a printed floor plan. For a detail of a layer structure, we recommend a detailed drawing, which is also included on the plan. Now we press the shortcut Position 1 or Home for the function Show All. In the last step of our video tutorial, we will transfer the properties of the wall we've just defined to all the other walls. Therefore, we select the wall with a left mouse click, press the right mouse button and select Transfer Properties. Here we deselect General. Layer construction stays selected and we click on Next. On current layer is selected, but in this case we select Manual Target Selection. We click on By Target Selection. Now we select all the external walls of our project. The selected walls are displayed in green. This is the last wall, and now we press Enter. Now we click on Finish and we press Escape. As we can see, all properties were successfully transferred. Now we use our mouse wheel to zoom a bit into the view, and as we can see, the pattern of the insulation layer was aligned to the angle of the wall. The concrete pattern is aligned in the same angle in all of the walls. Finally, we press again position 1 or home for the function Show All. Thanks for watching. For more tutorials, visit our website cadvilla.com.